Is this just a coincidence, or is there something deliberately neatly arranged? The question has continued to reverberate on social media ever since one unexpected moment between BLACKPINK's Lisa and BTS's Jungkook came to the surface. In a matter of hours, thousands of posts flooded the various platforms, some calling it irrefutable evidence, others considering it a hidden gesture deliberately given. But what is clear, the world of K-pop is not calm. There was something that had not yet been fully explained, and the moment continued to haunt millions of fans, even after the stage lights went out. It's not just an ordinary interaction between idols. At the epicenter of the conversation was a video recording showing Lisa and Jungkook at the same location at about the same time, but there was no official statement from either side. Not from YG Entertainment. Not from HYBE. Not from their personal management. Even the two idols themselves remained silent as if nothing had happened, and that's exactly where the problem was. When two global figures with super tight schedules can be captured in one location, in synchronous time, without clear context, the big question is not just why, and less for what. The chronology initially seemed simple. A fansite master, who has been known as a keen observer, released a short video cut. Lisa is seen entering a building in the Los Angeles area. A few minutes later, from the other side of the same building, Jungkook was seen exiting towards a black van with a tight escort. No conversation was recorded. There is no physical proximity. But the location and time are too synchronous to make netizens speculate wildly. Moreover, it is known that the two stars did not have an official schedule together at that time. Netizens quickly dug up all the possibilities. Starting from the clothes worn by both, the vehicle used, to the location that is suspected to be the private property of a famous fashion figure who is known to be close to both. Some enthusiasts even analyze shadows, glass reflections, and hand gestures that appear in hidden frames. All for the sake of finding clues as to whether Lisa and Jungkook actually met in person. And further, was the meeting deliberate? But the most disturbing thing is not whether they met, but rather why the two seem so careful not to be seen together. If this is just a professional meeting, for example for an advertising project or a global campaign, why is it that neither party releases information? It is precisely this closeness that arouses suspicion. In the Korean entertainment industry known for its strict control of public narratives, silence is perhaps the loudest form of communication. And when two superstars choose to keep quiet amid a virality storm, people begin to question, is there anyone they're protecting? The situation became even more complicated when a post appeared by a famous stylist who accidentally mentioned two names in her caption, Lisa and Jungkook, in a context that indicated a closed photo shoot. The caption was quickly removed, but the digital footprint could not simply be erased. Screenshots spread widely, and speculation rose one level. Is this a secret project? Collaboration? Or something more personal? The contrast between their facial expressions before and after the incident was also the subject of discussion. Lisa looks very closed, even putting on a hoodie and mask when leaving the building, when before she looked relaxed. Jungkook also looked uncharacteristic, rushing into the car, without his trademark smile, and barely greeting the waiting fans. The two seemed to agree not to leave a gap. Interestingly, in the midst of public speculation, an anonymous account emerged claiming to be an insider in the Korean entertainment industry. The account posted that Lisa and Jungkook have more connections than the public knows, and that a major project involving the two is in the pre-production stage. The statement was not accompanied by evidence, but it was enough to rekindle the embers of conspiracy theories that had subsided. When was the last time two big idols were in the middle of a rumor like this without a single clarification? Another no less suspicious fact is the similarity of their destinations in recent months. Both Lisa and Jungkook were recorded visiting Paris, Tokyo, New York, and finally Los Angeles, in close proximity. If this was just a coincidence, then the number of coincidences was already too much to ignore. Moreover, in certain moments, the setting of the place in their photos even shows almost identical elements, such as cafe floors, furniture, or even wall patterns that are not commonly found in ordinary public places. A media analyst who has studied the phenomenon of fansite culture said that the collective intelligence of K-pop fans can exceed professional journalists in sniffing patterns. It was proven again in this case. In less than 48 hours since the first video went viral, the online community has compiled a map of the location, equalized camera timestamps, and even remapped a possible route the two used. These evidences are compiled in the form of analytical videos, complete with narratives and dramatic effects that make it difficult for anyone watching them to remain skeptical. But behind all the noise, there is a more substantial question: why is this issue so attention-grabbing? The answer lies in a deeper social and cultural context. Lisa and Jungkook are not just artists. They're symbols. They're representations of the two biggest fandoms in the world, and furthermore, they're emblematic of the globalization of Korean culture. When these two symbols are seen connected off stage, the public begins to project their hopes, fears, and dreams into the relationship, no matter what form it takes, especially considering that Lisa is currently in a career transition phase. Having established his own agency and established global cooperation, he is more free to choose projects and collaborators. Jungkook has also recently completed a series of global solo activities and is in a temporary resting phase. These two moments make the possibility of cooperation, both professional and personal, more realistic than ever. Of course, not all parties welcome this moment with romantic speculation. Some netizens criticized the excessive enthusiasm, saying that the fandom was too quick to conclude. But these criticisms highlight precisely one other important aspect: how thirsty the public is for unusual narratives. When the interaction of two great idols became extremely rare, even a fleeting moment could trigger hysteria. And in an ecosystem where visuals, cues, and timings mean more than words, a meeting without explanation can sound louder than clarification. To date, neither side has spoken. But their silence is not without consequences. The longer this mystery is left hanging, the stronger its impact on public perception. Some consider this part of a marketing strategy, others call this a form of protection for personal relationships. But one thing is certain: no one believes that this is just an ordinary coincidence. This leads to one of the boldest theories, that Lisa and Jungkook may be exploring a relationship, either as partners or more, but are waiting for the right moment to announce it. If true, then this moment is the opening chapter of something much bigger. If it's wrong, then it's still a fascinating study of how limited information can generate a global explosion of speculation. In a world where every move of a celebrity is watched, analyzed, and disseminated in seconds, the slightest moment can be the beginning of a huge narrative. Lisa and Jungkook don't do anything that explicitly states their connection, but that's precisely why this moment is so disturbing. When all eyes are on two big names, when all assumptions develop without refutation, when all coincidences accumulate without explanation, the only thing the public can do is ask, what is really hidden? Until this article was written, there was no explanation. But the curiosity did not subside either. It increases. Because the longer the answers are held, the greater the public pressure. And now, fans are no longer just waiting for clarification, they are waiting for an explosion.